Okay, hey everyone. So I have what's all these doing here? Sorry. Where have I even lost everybody? Okay. Hey everyone. Um Super excited to see all your lovely faces, even though I saw some of your beautiful faces at the weekend. So I think everyone in here knows me. But to start it off, I would love anyone to share any wins that they have had this weekend or this week. If anyone just even wants to share a 1 minute win, surely, come on, girls, we're at momentum. Someone's got to win. Karen Birchall, Susan Holland, come on. I'm going to call you out. Come on, Susan, unmute. I'm calling you out.
Okay, okay.
Good girl, Karen.
I did my day one today, so
Woohoo! Your day one of your challenge. That is
yeah,
good.
yeah. No, I enjoy doing it too. ChatGPT is so easy to use, so yeah, I loved it. So
Good.
yeah,
Good, good, good.
yeah.
Okay, I've come away and I just really feel confident now that the tools are there and it's just getting in and using them and that really anything's possible if you put the effort in.
Fantastic. Good. Philip Hoare, you can unmute yourself. Give over that typing.
Yeah, I've got another two clients got started back in the activators because what happens, they feel good, they stop them, and then they go, oh, I don't need them. And then they go, oh, 6 months later, 4 months later, I'm not good. And they realize what they need to do is get back on again. So yeah.
Yes. Very cool.
I'll
Excellent.
share a quick win, Grania. Something
Yes,
completely different. So the
that's
other day I
okay.
did a post about my walking pad, which I'm absolutely loving. And
You need
beautiful
to get a
Andrew.
code or an affiliate you need to do for that pad.
Oh, I do have an affiliate code. If anyone wants one, I highly recommend. It's the best $200 I've ever spent. I've gotten my 10,000 steps every day since I've bought it. But one thing beautiful Andrea pointed out to me, which I was a little bit aware of, and I was trying to drop my shoulders a lot, because I'm walking with my hand on my mouse pad, my shoulder was naturally lifting. My win is that we did a little bit of research and I can get a cordless mouse so that I can keep my hand down and still be using a mouse without having my hands up with the what's the name? It's like a little gear stick that you just hold in your hand as you're walking. So I'm
That
I'm
was
sorting
your
the
win.
shoulder issues, Andrea. I'm all over it. I love it. Thank you for your little tip.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Well, she's not on here, and it might be because of time zones and stuff like that. But Patricia Bowerman had a real win. We all got to talk to her on Saturday, and she had said to me that no, we spoke to her on Sunday, and she said, I saw something come up on Telegram and girls just putting it out there. We need to look at these networking events and stuff. She said, I just saw something and I just messaged and said, look, I see it's on Saturdays. Or anyway, is there even a tiny little table I could get? And they squeezed her in. It was super cheap. And she said, you know what? I decided to be me. She said, I put my all my different books up there. I had all my beautiful activators, and then I had my sourdough with my crackers for people to try. And she said, my table was full constantly because it was me. It was my world. I had the scientist from Turin. I'm talking to people, and she has 11 people now that she has to follow up with. So it was a massive win for her. So okay. Well, I have the beautiful. So Andrea started sharing Sean's story, and we're actually going to do this in my life Vantage story in a bit more depth at in the week because to give it the just to give it the honor that it really deserves and stuff like that. But Andrea started sharing with some girls about what life was like before the products and what happened afterwards. So, Andrea, I'd love you to unmute and share Sean's story. Are you unmuted? Is it just me? Unmute, unmute, darling.
Thank you. I was trying to figure out how to unmute. Um, so, for those of you who don't know the story from the beginning, my husband and I moved from South Africa to Australia on a business owner visa. And if anybody's ever immigrated, you know that is not for sissies. Sean had already been accustomed to building a business in South Africa that had 150 staff. Started when he was 19, and we moved over here when he was 33 or 34, I think. And the move over here was really intense. We came on a business owner visa, which was the hardest visa to become permanent residents. But we were set with our hair on fire to create something wonderful for our family. We worked our backsides off. It was really stressful. Life was wonderful and we were grateful, but it was really hard. And Sean started presenting with a lot of pain. We couldn't figure out what it was. Long story short, we finally discovered he had a gene for a specific autoimmune disease. And when he was diagnosed with that, he became suicidal because the way that they delivered the information was basically, oh gosh, we finally found out what the situation is. Go home with this paperwork, read about it. It's incurable. You're set to be in a wheelchair in 10 years' time, and you'll have to use pharmaceutical medication injected every 2 weeks for the rest of your life. And the more you use, the more you need.
Wow.
And Sean could not see that for himself. I came home. I actually had goosebumps this weekend thinking about the red leather chair that we had in our house, which I don't even have in my house anymore because that used to send me off the Richter scale every time I saw it. I came home. I found him crawled up in a ball, telling me that he was not prepared to take this diagnosis, and he couldn't accept that for his life, basically suicidal. I had just come through one of the darkest patches of my own life, having had a miscarriage, and really we were in a shit space. I don't think you can get any like, we hadn't got our permanent residence yet. Everything just wasn't working the way that we planned, and this is not what I neither of us had envisaged for our life. But I prayed for a one pill miracle after trying all sorts of other therapies and nothing worked. And by God's grace, found Protandim. And it wasn't just to take the product and everything worked out perfectly fine. There's a whole backstory to how, interestingly, it ended up happening that he did take the product. But when he took the product, 2 tablets per day, every day consistently, after 4 months, the pain finally left his body. And that was when Sophia must have been about 2 years old, and she's turning 11 now in January. So we're coming up to 9 years, has not touched a pharmaceutical medication, does not present with this said autoimmune disease that they said he had, and not even not in a wheelchair. But we are like every year finding something new to do. We ran our first 30K. We've done plenty of 21s back when we first got together. But obviously when he was unwell, he couldn't even run. Now he runs faster than me, which is very annoying. But we ran 30Ks. We work physically in our jobs every single day. And we've just started the High Rocks events, which if you haven't looked that up, look it up, because that's not for anybody that isn't worth working hard on your body for. And it's just, if it wasn't for LifeVantage and Protandim, I can tell you categorically, I wouldn't be sitting in this chair. We wouldn't be, I don't even think my family would be in this house. I don't know where we would be, because Sean would not be here. And that is a fact.
I mean, I've walked that journey with you, and mine is for another day because they have the same autoimmune. And my husband is just about to go out and play football at 59 years of age, when 9 years ago they said he was never going to play football again. So it's so beautiful, Andrea. But I am going to get you to share that story in the week and video. But will you be staying on these products for the rest of your life?
Somebody will have to pull me out of the ground. I'll be taking them in with me, I'm telling you. There's no way on God's green earth would ever run out of that. I'll run out of everything else, but never activation.
Amazing. And the thing is, I know you as well. You get busy with work, but then you get so fired up at these products and the business. And I know you're kind of fired up now as well after the weekend, the fun we had. So I'm super excited. I'm going to interview you this week. So I'm quickly going to jump over to Una. Thank you, Andrea. I so appreciate that. It's an amazing story. Um, Una, we're just going to spend 2 minutes on kind of your aha moment being in business. So, for those of you that don't know, Una was the first person that I signed up 9.5 years ago. I was whatever 147, and she was the next one, like 1 minute later, waiting
I
there with
just
her
did as
credit
I
card.
was told. I handed over credit cards.
She just gave me her credit card. She didn't ask any questions. I'll just have what you're having, and just handed me her credit card. So, Oons, can you yeah, just say to people what's been kind of your ahas recently. For those of you that don't know, can you just tell people what age you are? Because you look amazing.
63 and a half.
Like, you look
For
pretty
next
darn
year.
good. And you do 12-hour shifts.
And I
Wow.
have been, yeah, so my background is nursing. I've been nursing for 44 years, full time. I love it. I'm never ever going to leave it. It's just my heart. It's just me. And then when Grainne introduced me to LifeVantage 9 and nearly 10 years ago, I thought, what a load of rubbish, really, but if it works, great. We're going to change lives. But, we went through all the studies and everything. But I never saw myself as setting it up as a business. I thought, oh man, yes, I want this product and I want to share it. But as a nurse, it just didn't sit with me because I thought it was sales. So that's one thing. It's really important to understand network marketing because I didn't, and I was really ignorant in that sense. So I could have set myself up a lot earlier and done a lot more, but you know, that doesn't matter. But when I understood that all I had to, if I was sharing naturally anyway, and I was getting rewarded from it, and once I got over the stigma of, I was getting paid for this, but so I should have got paid for it because I was putting so much time and effort into my customers. And, I met Andrea through this. She signed up under a consultant that I had signed up. So, that's where your, friends become family. But the beauty of this business is that 9.5 years later, that even though I do this part-time and I have seasons, because some weeks I could work 70 hours, some weeks I might work 40. I have built up a little hyper wallet that I actually don't touch. And it just sits up there. And Grainne will tell you, I'm not IT friendly. It just sits up in the sky and it just twiddles this money into my bank account. And, my husband's in construction, and some years, he's been out of work for months, and we haven't had to really worry that much about the mortgage, or like I was able to contribute very heftily to our daughter's wedding. I put in solar in the house, and he didn't even know I was doing it. So he still doesn't know.
And I bet he doesn't even know that solar's up in the roof.
And so I'm just saying to people, it's like, it's such an opportunity to, especially for me, for nurses. And we talked about this at the weekend when we were using like ChatGPT. Like, what right do I have not to share this with nurses who are burnt out and going into retirement? And even for me, I don't have a massive retirement plan, but now I'm thinking, I have another couple of years left, at least in nursing, but let's work this a lot more and,
Yes.
benefit so much more from it.
And
So
how did you feel after being at the event this weekend? I know a few people, and Andrea actually had said it was one of
yeah,
the best events for her
yeah.
because Shona is just so normal.
It really brought it back to how easy it is just to keep things simple with people and just share the product, share the opportunity, and use the tools that you've got. And like we use ChatGPT at the weekend and AI. And as long as you make that congruent to what it feels like for you and how you share that with people, like the world's your oyster. We were putting it in and I was saying, how do I share with nurses, like looking at retirement? And it just comes up and it's like, make it sound like me. And it does. And then you just tweak it that it is like you.
Good. Well, I'm
Unbelievable.
very
So,
excited.
and such a legacy. Like we did, I was laughing. I was telling the girls at the weekend we did our wills finally, but we just went into the post office and bought them. But on that will is like my LifeVantage business, willing
Oh,
it to my
100%.
kids.
Mine is. Yeah.
Crazy.
Well done, Oons. Well, I'm excited that you're all fired up, and we all are. So thank you, gorgeous. So Una mentioned, have I got you off now? Seriously, us IT things? Yes, I think I have got you off spotlight. Yeah. So, a couple of things that came out over the weekend for those of you that didn't go to, that wasn't at the event, and we really, really missed so many of you that weren't there. Shona, myself and Josie said to Shona, you know, we really want to do an AI, some kind of an AI. Me and Josie were nearly going to do it. And then Shona went, well, just so happens that I paid a fortune to this gentleman. I don't know whether it was part of the Rob Sperry or so. She said, I've just paid a load of money. I've been taught all the prompts. They really taught me how to really work ChatGPT so that in the end, your post, your Instagram, whatever you're doing, is to your avatar. You have clear directions on your belief, on your goals, how to post, what to do, how they speak, what they would look for, everything. So me and Josie were like, okay, fantastic. We had a chat with her. She sent them over to us and then she said, and I'm just going to give them to you because I've actually done it with my team. And she said, you need to know, y'all, that oh my girls, there is more cows and cornfields than there is people in all their little towns. So my girls didn't even know that there was a microphone, a recording on ChatGPT. So y'all can do this. So I I want to encourage everybody, but again, this is a business that is yours and we can't make you do this. But myself and Josie started this last week with everybody in New Zealand and we said the 10-day challenge. And I'll be honest, I did the first 3 days and then I went to a Christian conference and it was too much. I wanted to give it its full value. So now I've picked up again and I'm back doing day 3 and I'll carry on. But I would really recommend you go into a group. So I've set up a messenger and Josie will set up a messenger. Jillian will, Amy will, we'll all set up just these little accountability messengers with maybe 10 or 15 people, whatever, 4 or 5, it doesn't matter. And we'll just put the prompts in each day, you know, day 1, day 2, day 3. And literally you just copy and paste it into ChatGPT. They'll ask what name would you like to call me? The belief, I found the belief and the why, your why, fascinating. Like, and the thing is, if you don't like the why that it's coming out with, you can say, hey, I call her girlfriend, but I might start calling her Charlie. Actually, I was feeling Charlie maybe. But anyway, I say, hey, girlfriend, could you maybe, that just doesn't really sound like me. I don't really do this. Could you maybe just make it a bit Irish? And they're like, yeah, sure, no problem. So become friends with it and see what happens. So I'm just going to show you quickly the 10-day challenge, what it actually looks like. And can we do this? Could you maybe just hang on, it a bit Irish? Okay, that's weird. Okay, so this is the 10-day challenge. So each day we will give you a prompt, but don't go ahead. Enjoy the journey. So you set up your prompt, you learn your mic and things. Then your day 1, you do your why, you build your belief. Then day 3, know who you're here to help. So Shona, when we were like, Shona, who's your people? She's like, don't you know Betty? Oh my gosh, Betty is like the coolest lady. She's got 15 and a 17-year-old. She's on the sidelines of the basketball. Her daughters do this and this and this. She has her avatar. She's like, that's who my people are. And that's who I speak to every single time that I jump on. And she said, I've chosen, she said, even though I've done TikTok and I can do TikTok and I've got Instagram, she said, but it just feels a bit icky with me. So she said, I've just decided I'm focusing on Facebook to all the Bettys out there. So that would be my recommendation. If Instagram's your thing, do that. If TikTok's your thing, do that. But pick something and become really good at it. So then it gives you your prompt and you can keep going back and forth. It'll keep asking you more questions, crafting your story. This is so good. And you can actually even say to it, can you craft my story? I'm going to do a post on Facebook and I want to make it only, I'm going to do a Facebook Live and I'd like it to be maybe a video script of 60 seconds. And you can have that there at the side while you actually do your live, and you've it all planned already. So it really goes through day 5, then take action with your story, share your story, what makes it real, your calendar to try and look at how to book time out, content strategy. If Facebook is your platform, how best to reach your people. If Instagram is your platform, it's a different way. And then speak with confidence. Day 9, learn to invite without being weird. And then day 10, build your 2-week social media calendar. How good's this? So we're all starting this. So I'm passing it over to Gillian, this PDF, and Josie's got it and things like that. And yeah, I would just really encourage you to do this. Like, seriously, do it. And if you've done 3 days and life's got busy, don't go, oh, I didn't do the 10-day challenge. I'm now going back to it and doing day 3, and I don't feel guilty about it. But one of the things you've got to do, you've got to become aligned with who you are. That is one of the biggest take homes for me at Momentum this weekend, was that for me, I truly know that I'm not Josie Tong. I watched Josie up there and I'm like, I admire this woman so much, but I'm just not Josie. Shona was like, I am systems. I sit with Marilee and Jenny Craig. One's the visionary, one's the ideas, and I'm like making systems. And I thought, that is so not me. And I said, but that's Gillian and Amy, me and Josie in leadership. Before we're even speaking, Gillian's building like some Excel spreadsheet and da da da. So stay in your gift zone. I actually went back and looked at all my Gallup strengths today and looked at some of my team's Gallup strengths that we had done 5 years ago. And I thought, I am going to stay in so much and stay in so much alignment with who I am. And all it came up was that I'm a relational person, an influencer, and I do some execution, a bit of strategy, but my zone is just people. And that's where I'm going to stay. So this Thursday night, myself and Una, and I'm not sure who else. Philip was going to do it. He's such a lovely man, but he's ended up having meetings. So I am looking for somebody else who might want to share their story on with me. They are, that's for Thursday night. And this Saturday, we're having the ANZ collab. So it was last Saturday that Brandon did it, but because we all had momentum, we're making it this Saturday. So if you've got a few people around you, we will send you the Vimeo recording and get them into your home. I have a huge busy weekend this weekend, so I'm not going to be able to do that. So I'm going to jump online, but we might do, I'll speak with Amy, she's running it. I can come on and help, and we might do some breakout rooms, because that was something that people said that they were really enjoying it and would love then a few breakout rooms afterwards for maybe 10 minutes where you go into Zoom little workshops with everyone and say what you like most about the training and things like that. So that's this Saturday. And the other super exciting thing is that we have got we've paid the deposit for Momentum. So next year there will be the virtual kickoff. I think it's 15 Jan. They haven't come up the exact date. And then Momentum Academy is in the Emporium again. We looked at different pricings in not as nice hotels, and they weren't offering as good. So there's going to be the gala night, and it's going to be Saturday and Sunday. So I would recommend that you grab some people. I've grabbed some apartments today nearby, and yes, in Brisbane, Phil. Yep, the Emporium at South Bank. And go in and just grab some apartments or grab a room at the Courtyard Marriott's nearby. The Emporium's beautiful, but it is, I rang them today, it's $480 a night, so it's quite expensive. Amy has hers at the Emporium. I'm around the corner. And it's going to be so, so good. Now, just before we get off, because I'm very 6:27, I'm doing good. So I want everyone to really go to this event in February. I think one thing that I have really taken home from the mentoring we're getting from Brandon is he said to have a 16-year-old company, you do monthly trainings, you do huddles, you do webinars, and you do events. You do quarterly events. And for us at this, even though we did whinge and whine a bit, going, oh my gosh, Melbourne and money and blah blah, and we have another one. It was amazing. And it was the party after the party. There was 6 of us staying in an apartment and we just sat around in our PJs. We walked the streets of Melbourne. We just became family and it was so good. And we're like, yeah, this is it. We're all in, line in the sand. So I can't emphasize enough how good it's going to be next February. So please come and look for sales now. It's definitely in. So look for any sales, girls from New Zealand, go and bunch in and stuff like that. So before I jump off, I just wanted to, because I'd forgotten, Rachel, could you unmute and just share for 2 minutes what this 10-day, because you've been very systemized, Rachel Dalzell.
Yes, I can. It's been amazing, actually. I've really enjoyed it, and I never knew how to talk into ChatGPT until you showed us, Grainne, and that's been a game changer. I'm talking to my ChatGPT all the time. What I liked about it is normally I go off on tangents, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do this, and then I don't do anything. So I actually have worked through it, and now I feel like I've got really clear on where I'm going to focus, and I'm just going to talk to those people on that, basically on those stacks, if that makes sense. So it's definitely worth doing. You do have to think a little bit. You do have to think, oh, okay, when it asks you questions, and it's quite good. And then sometimes you come back and go, that doesn't sound like me. I wouldn't say that. So highly worth doing. Just keep going, like Grainne says. But it's really good. And because we're also individual, like what is my target audience is different to someone else. And I think that's the key we need to focus on is our niche, basically.
And when it says like Shauna had put in, eek, let's deep dive into this. And I was like, please change. That is not me. I would never say eek, let's deep dive. And then I was like, can we just make it more Irish? And it was like, lads, you got to have a look at this. Like straight away, it was like, I was like, yeah, that's more like me. So that's excellent. Now,
I'm like, I would never say that. And I tell it that I would never say that. Or, let's dive into this or blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't talk like that. So it's been really good.
So
and then
did you do the paid one?
My voice.
Sorry, did you buy the paid version?
No, I've just got the standard old free ChatGPT.
Okay, so what I have said to people, and I've asked ChatGPT, I said, if I buy the paid version for this month and did a 10-day strategy with you for 20 US, can I cancel it at the end of the month and keep all the projects and everything? And she went, yes, absolutely. So I would recommend to everyone to buy the 20 US doing the 10-day challenge. I mean, but Rachel said she's doing it fine free. But me, I would encourage you to buy the 20 US and then cancel it after the month once she set you up with everything. So yeah. So somebody's just put in here that there is a sale on with Air New Zealand. Thanks, Jocelyn. Has a sale on from until midnight tomorrow. So the actual event is the 28th of February, the Saturday, and the 1st of March. Josie. So we're all getting in on the 27th, the Friday, because it does start very early on the Saturday morning. You have to be at registration by 8 o'clock. And then it'll be all day Sunday, finishing around 5 o'clock. So that's locked in. So start looking for, just start looking for stuff, for flights, for accommodation. My ones, I picked a few apartments and it said cancellation, full cancellation by the 10th of February. So if I don't need some, I'll just cancel them. So yeah, everyone, I'm excited. Get in touch with your person and say, yeah, I want to do the 10-day challenge. And it's more fun doing it in a little group. Excellent. And Thursday night, don't forget to come on. And if anybody would like to share their product story, let me know. I've got Una coming on to help me. I don't think she even knew. But anyway, no, she didn't, she's saying. So yeah, if you'd
Vanya,
like to help.
can you just remind them that we have 6 discount codes, 3 customers and 3
yes.
consultants for those who attended the academy?
Yes, and it's all in your back office or in your app. So you've all got 3 customers and 3 consultants, Jose?
That's correct.
And it's for a month. Lindsay somehow was able to rewire it so that we've actually got them for a month. So very cool. And that promotion that's on at the moment, sign 3 consultants up on 200 SV. Make sure they have an auto ship. Then you can always cancel it following month. And you will get 200 US bonus. So 3 consultants in 1 month, each ordering 200 SV. And they need to be on a subscription. And then at the end of the month, if they choose not to be on a subscription, you can take it off and you'll still get it. So yeah. Okay, everybody. Thank you. It's so nice seeing you all. And it was great to see you all in person. And oh, what's Phil saying? You can also set up a personal assistant within GBT. It acts like your own chat GBT and makes it even easier. Okay, that might be you jumping on here training us one night on that. I think, Phil, you've just offered there. Thank you. Okay, everyone, take care. Bye.